Look at what I've got right here. This is my something from my past, something from my childhood that I've had for all these years. 50 years I've had this lunchbox. I got it on Amazon 3 years ago, to be honest with you. I needed, I had all these little trinkets. I think I'm the self-proclaimed king of trinkets. I'm sure there are many people who have many more trinkets than I do. But I do have a lot of trinkets, and I always just kept them in a drawer over here in my furniture. And a couple of years ago, I think it was about 3 years ago, I got this, as I said, on Amazon. And forgive me if I'm looking here, it's because usually when I do the I want to talk about this album episodes, I can't see the screen. But this time I can. I'm looking at myself when I should be looking over here, but I'm looking at the camera. Here is where I should be looking. So forgive me if I look here. I'll try to remember look here. So I thought I saw this on Amazon. It was only, I think it was only $17, so it's $18, something like that. I thought, oh, that's cool, cool kind of thing to have. And I'm not really much of a collector of things, but I thought it's a cool thing. But what am I going to do with it? I buy it and then I just have it sitting around the house. And then I thought, no, I can put all my trinkets in there. And that's what I've done. This video, I've been thinking about doing this for probably a long time, several months anyway, 6 months. Going back, I think, to the beginning of the summer, I was going to do it because I was off. I normally go hiking every week. And I didn't hike most of the summer because my friend Eric wasn't available. And then I was moving and I didn't really have time or didn't have the, I just didn't feel like doing it. I was supposed to go hiking today. It was canceled kind of last minute. So I thought, oh, why not do it now? It doesn't take any preparation. So that's why I'm finally doing it now after many, many months. I kind of thought even a couple of years ago I would do it, but then I kind of built more and more trinkets. And I thought each time I get more, I'll add to it. And then I'll finally do a video when it's getting full. It'll take me years to fill this thing because everything in here is very small. And I'm going to go through it. I'm going to go through it piece by piece, as Slayer says. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's got to be a couple of hundred things in here. It's mostly a lot of things from El Chopo. It's mostly pins or buttons, some guitar picks, some stickers, a few patches, a few other non-musical related things. But I thought it might be interesting, at least for me. It's my stuff. It's kind of cool to look through it. It's not like I sit around and play with this like you do maybe when you're a kid. Every time I bought something new at El Chopo or whatever, I just open the box and put it in. That was it. So this will be kind of a good chance for me to go through all my crap. And if you can see, it's kind of a cool thing. It's I don't know if is that embossed, or does embossed only apply to printing? You can see there the texture on it here. It's nice, and it only has the demon and the Star Child. There's no spaceman or a Catman. It's just that's it. That's all. Okay, so, and it's quite noisy. I'm looking at the wrong spot. All right, so I will open this up. There's no cooler or thermos or anything inside. I don't know if I can show the contents. All right. Every piece will be picked up, and I think I'll do it. I do have a discard box that I'll put everything in there. I think I'm just gonna dip my hand in. I keep looking at the wrong. It's hard to not look at myself. I think I'm just gonna go like this and kind of mix it up and pick something. And the first one is gonna be. Let me go with this. The first one is it's a pin, and it's the Frehley. This is a Mexican band called the Frehley, who I've seen live many, many times. It's hard to get the focus, but there's a Frehley pin. Next, this is, what is this? Quadrophenia. This is the Who, Quadrophenia Night, Quad 79. The Who, that's also El Chopo. As I said, I think most things are going to be from El Chopo. This is a bigger one. Paul Stanley, Star Child. That's a bigger one. These other ones were glossy. I don't know if you can tell the difference in the finish. That's glossy, and that's matte. And my cat is here. My cat is going to want to jump up and disturb the balance. I hope she doesn't. And if there's a Paul Stanley, you know there's other ones too. Next is Graveyard. I got this one. I saw Graveyard in Mexico last year, I think it was. That one. Oh, this one is a sticker. Oh, Rusty Eye. My friend Paul is in, or was in, Rusty Eye. I guess they don't really exist anymore. He sent me a bunch of stuff, a couple of records, and a bunch of stickers. There'll be more Rusty Eye stickers in there. Thank you again, Paul. And I'm going to do another episode. I did an episode with Paul about one of the Rusty Eye albums. I still have one more, and kind of a 10-inch too. So I think I'll do another Rusty Eye episode. So there's that. Black Overdrive, great Mexican band from Mexico City. They play kind of it's not quite thrash, it's not quite doom. It's heavy metal. It's in the vein of Corrosive Conformity, something like that. Very good band. I should do an episode with them too, or of them, and maybe with them on I Want to Talk About This album. That was for their they only have 2 albums. This was their most recent album that came out a couple of years ago. It's hard to get this to focus, called All Evil. Next. Oh, look at this. I got this Madonna. This is a cool pin. This is one of these. The other ones were just these, the simple pins, like that. This is kind of a nice one. This is Madonna. What a Tramp. I got that when I saw Madonna. She played in Mexico City in 2024, about a year and a half ago. So I got that there. Oh, it's a shame that it's not focusing properly. All right, next, let's go with the sticker. Oh, this is a flyer. This is Exciter. Not too many flyers in here. Maybe there's a couple anyway. I don't even normally keep things like that. That's Exciter. Exciter played here on March 10th, 2022. There will be at least one other Exciter item in this box. All right, next. Oh, they're coming up fast and furious. There's the second of 4 Gene Simmons Demon pins from El Chopo. Here is, another great, 3 Mexican bands already. Venom Sabathia. I've talked about Venom Sabathia. I've mentioned them a few times in my videos. I've worn plenty, I think, of Venom Sabathia t-shirts. And God, I have a lot of Venom Sabathia t-shirts. I think I've seen them live, 12 or 13 times. Love them. I'm actually waiting for their newest record in the mail. Hopefully it'll be here very soon, and I'll do an episode on it. So there it is there. That's a little patch from Venom Sabathia. Next, I'll go to a pin. Oh, this is a Kiss Love Gun Bang Bang pin from El Chopo. All right. I can kind of feel whether it's going to be a pin or a sticker. I'll do another pin. I don't know why I'm picking, of all the things in here, I'm picking the Kiss ones out very, very easily. Maybe I'm just drawn to them. There's Space Ace Frehley from El Chopo. I bought all 4 of them together, of course. Another pin. More Kiss. Rock and Roll Ova from El Chopo. Let's do this here. Let's go with the sticker this time. Oh, man, I'm repeating myself a lot. There's Venom Sabathia. That's a Venom Sabathia sticker. I got this one. I just saw them a couple of months ago. I got it at that show. They often will give those away. If you buy anything from them, they'll probably throw in a sticker, or you can just buy the stickers separately. They just did a tour of Europe in the summer. I think they played around 10 shows through Europe. Good for them. Next, I'll go with another sticker. How about the Metalhead Mafia? This is from my friend Brian Jones, Bones Jones. He runs. He's an artist. He does posters and merchandise, things like that. And his company is called Metalhead Mafia. He sent me. I did an episode with him. I think about a year ago, maybe around December last year, less than a year ago. God, he sent me some amazing Metallica posters, full-size posters that he did. I got 2 of those framed, which will be hung at some point. I have some things to do before I can hang posters. And he sent me some stickers. So there's thank you again, Brian. There's the Metalhead Mafia sticker. Let's go with a pin or something different this time. Dead Kennedys, Holiday in Cambodia from El Chopo. This is a small pin. Oh, this is the Beatles' Help from El Chopo. What is this? Ah, this is very cool. I kept this one in the its original packaging. This is a cool. It's a pin, and you can see it's this style of pin. I think they call that butterfly closures or something like that. That is Venom Savati. The third Venom Savati already. And you know what? Venom Savati, I don't know if I ever showed this. They have their own hot sauce, their own salsa. I have some of it downstairs. I have a little bit left. These guys, in addition to playing great music and being very, very, very nice people and friends of mine, they make amazing merch. They have, like, in addition to the t-shirts, they have pins, tote bags, salsa. I think there's probably another cool, I hope there is in here. I don't see it. I hope there is a really cool Venom Savati thing. But anyway, that's a cool pin. Next, we'll go with the sticker this time. Black Over, a lot of repeats already. A lot of repeats here. Another Black Overdrive sticker. I'll go with another sticker. Oh, Cardiel, one of my favorites. I've seen Cardiel 33 or 34 times. God, I love Cardiel, and I do have, or I will have a Cardiel episode. I've done one in the past. I did their debut album, Local Solo, and I will do their most recent album sometime soon. I keep kind of thinking about it, and then I put it off. Let's stick with the stickers. There's going to be a lot more. There's another Cardiel sticker. They're also like Venom. They're friends. Cardiel and Venom Savati are friends personally. Cardiel has amazing, always have great merch. They've toured the States many times in the last several years. And they always have cool stuff. I'll go with the pin this time. This is another Mexican band called the Bunions. This is from their most recent album that came out 2 years ago or something, called Beefcake. That's a man's chest, a muscular chest. Go with the pin again. Oh man, it didn't take me long to find the 4 Kiss pin. So that's fourth. It's maybe fitting that Peter Criss was chosen last. Have I ever mentioned that he's responsible? Peter Criss is responsible for producing the worst album in the history of recorded music. It's true. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. That's a scientific fact. Let's go with another sticker. I'll mix them all up and I'll pick this one. Oh, Kiss Love Gun from El Chopo. What's this? Oh, look at this cool pin. Look at that Lemmy pin. And this is one of these style pins, or a good pin, like a ceramic pin. I love that one. If only I had somewhere to pin it. That's a really cool. He's got this. Lemmy's got his Rickenbacker pointing out. Cool pin. Sleep. I've never done a Sleep episode. I've never bought any Sleep records or CDs or anything. I did see them live once. They played in Mexico in I think it was 2017, and I saw them. I like Sleep. I'm not a big fan, but I do like them. Next, Psych Out. Let's Take a Trip. This was kind of like a mini festival of local Mexico City bands. I think it was annual for maybe 2 or 3 years. And Venom Savati did not play there. Some of the other bands that I think the Bunions might have played there. I don't know. Let's go with the sticker again. Sticker is, I don't know what this is from. Rapture. I don't know what this is. Probably, I guess somebody gave it to me. They have a MySpace link on there. I have no idea where this came from. All right, let's go with another sticker. Helmet. I got this when I saw Helmet here in Mexico City in 2023, something like that. We'll go with another sticker. More Cardiel. This was designed by a guy called Hellhound666, who lives here in my city in Cuernavaca. I saw him not too long ago, a couple of months ago, on a Sunday morning. I was eating barbacoa on my break from my 12-hour Sunday workday. And I was eating barbacoa, and he came up, and we saw each other and took a picture together, and hadn't seen him for a while. Hellhound 666 or 666. Hellhound. Sebastian is his name. He did that. He did a lot of Cardiel stuff, t-shirts and stickers and such. Let's go with a pin this time. Kiss Alive. That's from El Chopo. Let's do a sticker. Oh, this is... I went to Cambodia earlier this year. I went to Cambodia 2 years ago, and then I went again this year to this place. This is a place where they it says heroes never die. These are the hero rats. These are they're called giant pouch rats. They're from Namibia or Tanzania, some country in Africa. Big rats about the size of a cat, and they're very intelligent. They have a very strong sense of smell, and they've trained these rats to detect. Cambodia is full of landmines, unexploded for decades, and they've trained these rats to detect the mines, and then they can subsequently be removed by trained experts. And I went to the place where they train the rats, and you kind of see them, and they give you a tour, and they show how the rats detect the mines and everything. It was pretty cool. Another one, there's Rock and Roll Ova. Cool. Let's do a sticker. Maybe I'll alternate between sticker and pin. Another graveyard. I had a graveyard pin earlier. There's a graveyard sticker from when I saw them. Was that earlier this year? I think that was in... Yeah, I think that was earlier this year. Yeah, that was in March this year. Next. Now, I feel a lot of stickers. Let's do a sticker next. Another Black Overdrive. I already showed that one, but I have a couple of them. Another sticker. Oh, now this is I've got doubles of a few. There's the Cardiel, and there's the Cardiel. This one has the set list written on it. It's Stig, which is Stick to Your Guns. El Papel. It's reversed for me. Cocktail de Gas. Safari 94. That was a new song at the time. Tabla Anti-Iglesia, Dub Doom. Benzadrina Prevela del Coping. Sheena, which was Fakey, I think. And Geneve, Guardia Nacional Bolivianos. All right, next, another sticker. Another Metalhead Mafia one. I got a couple of those. Sorry for the repeats. Another different, but Venom Savati. They have very cool stickers. Good quality, too. One more sticker, and then I'll go back to a pin. Now this is Loud, Slow, and Distorted Riffs. This is a small record label in Mexico City who is run by two of the guys in Venom Savati. They're brothers, friends of mine, Roman and his brother Juan, and they run this little label. It's mostly Mexican bands. It says heavy sounds from the underground in Mexico, and some really cool stuff. They put on shows, and they do all kinds of stuff. They're very ambitious and very hardworking, and they've done some very cool stuff for this scene in Mexico City. All right, let's do a pin. I don't have as many pins as I thought. Oh, how about this? A beer cap. Look at that. That's Aces High. That's from the Iron Maiden Trooper beer. I drank a few of those over the years. I don't know how many more I kept. Anyway, maybe this is the only one, but I did because I remember when they first came out, they just had a generic cap. It just had Robinson's Brewery on it, and then at some point they started putting the album covers and single covers on the beer caps, and I started buying their beer more often. Let's do another sticker. Oh, this is a small one. Oh, this that's it. Very mellow. I got this at Chopito, which is the mini version of El Chopo here in my seat in Cuernavaca, which I haven't seen for months. I think it's gone. I talked about that when I did that video. I said I don't think it's going to last very long. What is this? Oh, there's a razor patch. Somebody gave me that. I can't remember who, but somebody gave me that. I don't know if it was from El Chopo or from a stand outside a concert, but they knew I was a Razor fan, and I was from actually from the same town as Razor. I knew Razor when I lived there. I've been listening to Razor since 1984. So that's a cool patch. I think it was my friend Antonio who gave me that. Let's do it. Let's do a sticker. Another Venom Sabathi. That's cool. Maybe does it focus if I sit closer? Because I think when there's a great distance between the sticker and me, I think it focuses on me. Oh, is that better? I don't know. All right, so there's a Venom. Let's do another sticker. This one is bigger. What is this? Record Jungle. I don't know what this is. It came from a record that I bought from Japan. What record would that have been? It might have been the Keel. It might have been a Keel record. But anyway, so they when they sent me the record, I bought it from Discogs, and it came with this sticker. Let's do another sticker. Just a simple one, Rat Dancing Undercover, my favorite Rat album. According to me, #1 on the Rat album ranking list, which I did earlier this year. Let's do a pin. More Black Overdrive representation. Go back to a sticker. More Cardiel, Armageddon After Party. That's their most recent record. That's kind of got a hologram foil thing going on. Let's do another sticker. Kiss Rock and Roll Over. I think that's 3 Kiss Rock and Roll Over representations. There's going to be more Venom and Cardiel stickers, especially. Not too many pins, but I have a lot of stickers from Venom and Cardiel. Let's do a pin. Dead Kennedy's pin from El Chopo. Another Metalhead Mafia, a different one. Heavy Metal is Not a Crime. Metalhead Mafia. Brian Jones, Bones Jones. Another Black Overdrive sticker. Let's go with another sticker. Oh, same one. I got a couple of those. Oh, a Black Overdrive. Is this a sticker? I don't think it's a sticker. It's just like a postcard or something with their signatures. These are friends of mine. They've invited me to their rehearsal before. What a great band there. I should do an episode. They have 2 albums, Discord and All Evil. Black Overdrive's an excellent band. I should do an episode on them, or maybe even with them at some point. We'll stick with the stickers. This is, I don't know what this is, also from a Discogs. This came from the Czech Republic. What record did I buy from Discogs that came from the Czech Republic? I don't remember. I'll go with the sticker again. Oh, The Creative Pain. This is a guy, his name is Tyler something, I can't remember. And when I saw Paul McCartney in Mexico City in November last year, 11 months ago, they had gig posters. Well, the signs on the merch, on the official merch tables, they said t-shirts, hoodies, keychains, hats, posters, but there were no posters. I went around that whole stadium, no posters anywhere. So I really wanted one. So I contacted this guy, Tyler, Creative Pain, and I said, I went to the concert last night, didn't see any posters, and he said, yeah, several people had mentioned that to him. He said he didn't know what happened, but he said he did have some. So he sent me one of his artist's edition. So that was very cool. And he also sent me that sticker. Let's do a pin. Another Bunions. Man, I love the Bunions too. I've seen them a bunch too. I think I've probably seen them probably 6 or 7 times I've seen the Bunions. Love them. What is this? Oh, look at this little, this is cool. This is another one of these style pins. This Montreal Expos pin. I'm from Montreal, and I was a big Expos fan when I was a kid, and really until they moved to Washington in 2004. And I bought that at the No, I was gonna say I bought this at a baseball game this year. I went to 3 baseball games this earlier. Thank you to Miguel and to another friend who took me in July, who wishes to remain unnamed, or he didn't want to be on the camera. I don't know if his name was Mark. I can't remember if I got it at one of those games. I think I got it at El Chopo. Actually, I'm almost positive I got it at El Chopo. Next, another pin. The Who, El Chopo. Let's do a sticker this time. I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I should show this or not. Yeah, I will. It's from my nephew, my Mexican nephew, and I don't know if this is from last year or 2 years ago. Look at that. What a nice little note. He was well, how old is he now? He's 19. This might have been a year or two ago. He was a teenager. Merry Christmas, Dan. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. I think it says thanks for all the trips and the talks. I've taken him to El Chopo and some other places out for lunch sometimes, and I actually just had dinner with him and talked to him for a while on Saturday earlier this week. So a nice little thing there from my nephew. Let's go with another pin. More bunions. I think that's 3 bunions representation. Beefcake, not from El Chopo. If it's a Mexican band, it's kind of funny. You know, all these Mexican bands. I've never seen any Mexican band merch at El Chopo. At least not from the bands that I like. There might be some other Mexican bands that are represented there, but none of the ones that I like. Sticker. Mr. Bungle from El Chopo. Go with another sticker. Cardiel. I have this logo tattooed on the back of my leg, but instead of Car in Cardiel, my name is Dan or Daniel, so I changed it to Dan Yell. But it's that same logo. It has the palm trees and everything. God, I love Cardiel and missed them. They moved to the United States. I think it was about in January. I think it's coming up on 3 years, and I haven't seen them since then. I missed them musically and personally. Next, we'll stick with the stickers. Another copy of that one, Metalhead Mafia. Brian Bones Jones. The cat is real. Cat is not from El Chopo. Cat is from Ciudad Neza. I will put her over there. We'll go with the sticker again. This is a big one. This is the biggest sticker. This is Pantera. Somebody gave this to me. I'm not sure why or where, but I do remember somebody gave that to me. Thank you. A lot of stickers, I still feel. Let's do this one. Vesubio. This is Miguel from Cardiel, who you've seen many times. He and his wife, who is the drummer in Cardiel, they had a recording studio in their house in Mexico City, and it was called Vesubio Grabaciones, V34. That was the address of the street. It's gone now. They moved to the United States, but they recorded some Cardiel records there, and Venom recorded at least one record there. Black Overdrive recorded their second record there. That's that. Another sticker. Another Cardiel. I have, I think that's their newest design. I have this on a t-shirt. This, I think, is also Sebastian, Hellhound 666. Kiss, Asylum. Iron Maiden, Future Past. These are, I think the stickers, unless they're from bands, I think they're all from El Chopo. Another Venom. I also have this on a t-shirt. I haven't mentioned a couple of these Venoms that I've shown. I have also as t-shirts, and that is one of them. I showed this one earlier. This is another copy of that the record store from somewhere in the Czech Republic. Let's do a pin or something. Oh, it's another beer cap, Iron Maiden beer cap from Trooper Beer, and that is, get the light. Run to the Hills. I don't know if there it is. Yeah. All right. Kiss, Dress to Kill. This was, I'm not sure where that comes from or what it represents. No idea what that is. And same with this. I don't know what that is. That might be, that's obviously from Mexico. That might be from my friend Rata Rodriguez. Might be one of his designs. Actually, maybe that Starbucks one might have been his as well. That doesn't look like his style. That definitely looks like his style. I don't know. I'll go with the sticker again. This is the third copy of that Black Overdrive. Yes, okay. I picked up two at the same time. Yeah. There's Rata. And the one that I just showed, let me show it again. I think this is the same style, no? So this one that I wasn't sure of, I think it is Rata. And he's done some Venom stuff too. All these guys, they all kind of work together. They're all friends. Rata's done posters for Venom. He's done, well, and then, they use the artwork for stickers and t-shirts and things like that. Star Child! Let's do a pin. What is this? This is a cool one. This is a baseball team called the Ottawa. Oh God, what are they called? It starts with a T because I think I see a T on the hat. It's a minor league baseball team. I got this from my friend Mark, who I mentioned earlier, who treated me to the baseball game a few months ago in July, which ended up getting rained out. We had front row seats right behind home plate, and we didn't see a single pitch. And he lives in Ottawa, and that's the local minor league team. And that's a very cool pin that he gave me. Go back to a sticker. It's Venom Sabati again, another different one. Another graveyard sticker. Peter Criss. And so I had Paul Stanley from that collection. And now Peter Criss. There's obviously an Ace Frehley and a Gene Simmons one. Oh, look at that. There's this, which ended up being this. Maybe, I don't know, it's hard for me to see with it's probably bad lighting, but this was essentially the blueprint for my Motorhead Live to Win tattoo. I think I had the sticker first. Yeah, I had the sticker first, and I used that to make the tattoo design. Did I have Love Gun? I think I already showed a Kiss Love Gun. I'm sure there have been a few that I've bought doubles of over the years. These little things like this that cost like 50 cents. I think one of the first things I showed was a Kiss Love Gun sticker. I still feel a lot of stickers. There's another Rusty Eye. That was one of the early ones I picked out. Another Black Overdrive. I don't think I've seen that one. But there it is, established 2012. Let's go with a non-sticker. This is a Faith No More pin. I have no idea what this is. Don't have a clue. Somebody would have given it to me. I wouldn't have bought it because I don't know what it is. But anyway, back to the stickers. Helmet. When I saw them in Mexico City last year at some point. Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast sticker. El Chopo. Rusty Eye. And they've got some promotional stuff on there. There are two here. Same sticker, but he got two. This is from the Creative Eye, Tyler, the guy who I got the Paul McCartney poster from. He's American, by the way. What is this tiny little thing? This is cool. I bought this at, I forgot about this. I bought this at El Chopito, the mini El Chopo right here in Cuernavaca, in my city, that I think doesn't exist anymore. Look at that little trompito. I wish I could show it closer, because it's really cool. That's a trompo de pastor. Stickers, back to the stickers. More Cardiel, that's the album cover from their second, it's an EP called Aloha from Fuzz. I have that also on a shirt. I think there were only 30 shirts of those made, and I got one. Maybe fewer, maybe 25, I don't know. Another sticker, Black Sabbath, we sold our souls for rock and roll. Another sticker, I don't know what this is or where I got it. Another MySpace. It says myspace.com/Piranha Attack. So I guess Piranha Attack is the name of the band. To me, it just looks like, I guess it does kind of look like Piranha. Anyway, no idea where I got that. Or don't even recall the band name. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Is that, oh, I guess it's like this. Can anybody read that? Mr. Rust, Paul from Rusty Eye. I think he's good at reading it. And my friend Dallas, who claims he can read any death metal or black metal logo. It looks like RAC or PAC, definitely ACTO. I'll put that on there. Can any guesses what that says? It's definitely AC. The middle letter is T. The first letter is either a P or an F, and then I don't know what comes. So there's the T in the middle. I have no idea what that is. No idea about that. There's Ace, so that's the third. We're just missing Gene from that group. This style of stickers from the solo albums. This is another beer cap. This is an Iron Maiden Flight of Icarus beer cap. Longshot, my friend Gaston. Longshot is a Mexican rapper, quite successful. He plays some pretty big shows all over Mexico. He just retired. He did his kind of farewell tour earlier this year. The guy's like 40. He's not going to quit. He's pulling the retirement card. Frank Turner opened for Longshot. You may know Frank Turner, and Frank Turner is friends with Gaston, Longshot, and Frank came to Mexico and did some shows with Longshot in January this year. Longshot. Actually, hold on. Let me tell a funny story about Longshot. How I met him. I met him about probably 7 or 8 or 9 years ago. It was there was a thing in Mexico City, and if you're not from Mexico City, you won't appreciate this, and even if you are from Mexico City, you probably won't appreciate it. There was a thing called Drink and Draw. It was like a thing for artists to come together in a big, I don't know if it was in a hotel or where it was, like a studio or something, and they could come together and they were selling all their posters, art, stickers, t-shirts, things like that. And there were other, like some bands there too. And this was on a Sunday. Now, the night before, I had gone to see, and they may be represented here, I had gone to see a band called Antinada, who is a really cool band from Mexico City, who I don't think they exist anymore. I haven't heard about them for years. I saw them live probably 3 or 4 times I saw Antinada live. And so I saw Antinada for the first time. I think they were playing with Cardiel. It was at a venue called Caradura, which was one of the best concert venues I've ever been to. It closed a few years ago. And so, the singer, Nito, singer-guitarist, who is kind of like a friend of mine. We always, talk for some time when we see each other. I had met him that night for the first time, and he has kind of like long hair, a beard. And then when I think that had been around. Anyway, when I went to this drink and draw thing, this guy, Gaston Longshot, he was there selling his stuff. And he saw me and he said, hey, Dan. And I thought, oh, this is the guy Nito from Antinada. No, it wasn't the same night. And I didn't realize that's who it was because they looked the same. They both had a beard. I can't remember, but I thought for a second, oh, this guy, this is Nito from Antinada. It turned out that it wasn't him. It was Longshot. And I had known about Longshot. You know what it was? I remember what it was. The night before, Longshot had played in my city, Cuernavaca. The next night, he was doing, or the next day, he was doing this drink and draw thing, selling his stuff in Mexico City. And I was going to go see Longshot the night before in Cuernavaca, but I was in Mexico City watching this other concert, which I think was not Antinata. I'd already met Antinata. And so I thought this guy, Gaston Longshot, I thought he was Nito from Antinata, and then I realized he wasn't. But I guess Longshot, he knew me, I don't know, from my videos or something. But anyway, I kind of bungled that story, but that was how I met Longshot. I thought he was Nito from Antinata. Next, more Black Overdrive. I'm trying to stretch this video. It's not long enough. It's 41 minutes already. All right, let's mix it up a little bit. God, I still feel a lot of stickers. Another Vesubio. That's the Cardiel recording studio. That is also designed by Sebastian, Hellhound 666. I can recognize his work anywhere. Very, very identifiable. More Black Overdrive, Discord. That's the name of their first record. Yeah! You know who that is. I got this at the El Chopito here in Cuernavaca last year, maybe. Let me mix it up a little bit. Let me try to find something that's not a sticker and not a pin, because I do have some other things. Okay, here's something. Oh, hi, it's Cardiel, and it's a guitar pick. We'll go back to the stickers. Oh, look at that. Oh, I forgot about this. Look at that cool taxi driver sticker. I like that a lot. And you know, I just remembered, man, there is one thing missing from here. When I went to Vietnam 2 years ago, I went to Saigon. I went to an amazing store called Art Book, I think it was called. And I bought a lot of stuff there. I bought some, I think I bought 3 Apocalypse Now posters, which I did recently. I got 2 of them framed in my recent framing activity. And I bought a couple of books there. I bought a couple of other posters. I bought a Full Metal Jacket poster, things like that. I also bought a little pin there. And I didn't lose it. I threw it in the garbage. I think I couldn't find it anywhere. Actually, I lost it twice. I couldn't find it anywhere. Months, maybe a month after I got home, I thought, yeah, I remember that pin. Where is it? And I thought, I guess I must have thrown it out or something, because I put it in a bag with all the other stuff, and the pin was just this small, and it was in a bag with 15 other things. And I guess I still had the bag, and I found it in the bag like a month later. I thought, this is so cool. And then sometime after that, I threw the bag in the garbage with the pin. So I'm missing that Vietnam pin. Yeah, that was cool. And a cool souvenir from Vietnam. Oh, that's Piranha Attack again. Look at this, Tamayo amp. I mentioned earlier, I've mentioned Venom many times in this video, and I mentioned once the LSDR, the loud, slow, distorted riffs, the small record label that is run by Roman and Juan Tamayo. Well, Juan, the guitarist of Venom Savati, he also makes his own amplifiers. He makes them all himself, just by himself. I don't even think he has helpers. He makes amplifiers and guitar pedals, and it's called Tamayo Amp. Heavy gear for heavy players. And if you can remember this artwork, you may see it on my wall at some point, if I ever get my posters framed. Rusty Eye, second one we've seen of that. I have more beer caps than I remembered. Stranger in a Strange Land. And yes, I did buy them specifically for the bottle caps. Once they started putting the artwork on them, instead of just going and just picking one off the shelf, I did find one that had artwork that I liked. What the hell is this? Hold on. I'll get, there must be more of these. I'll get them all together. I think, there's quite a few. Hold on. Oh, and I see a lot more. All right, these are coins. I normally wouldn't keep stuff like this, but you know, once I have this Kiss lunchbox, I thought, why not? These are coins from, I think they're all from Thailand, because Vietnam doesn't have coins. When I went to Thailand earlier this year, I had a bunch of coins. These are worthless. The biggest one here is this one looks like Mexican coin. This is 10 baht. That's a coin from Thailand. And the lowest denomination is, I guess this one, it looks like a dime, like a Canadian or an American dime. I think that's 1 baht. Anyway, yeah, so I've got a little stack of Thai coins. I'm not going to show each one of those. Let's go. Oh, another guitar pick. Oh, this is cool. This is from Truck Fighters. Mr. Dango. I saw Truck Fighters. I saw them twice in 2019. I saw them in San Diego, California, opening for Cadaver. And then I think it was just a few days later, like 3 days later, I saw them in Mexico City with Venom Savati opening for them. And my friend was promoting that show, so he let me go on stage. I took some video and some pictures. He asked me to do that. A lot of the footage of that Venom Savati used in one of their videos. The video was for what song was it for? Not Gravity Waves. It was on the Of Dimensions and Theories album. I can't remember. Anyways, my footage was used in that Venom Savati video. And so I met and talked to and hung out for some time with all these guys from Truck Fighters. And Dango gave me that Truck Fighters pick. Let's go back to the stickers. Oh, there's the fourth one. There's Gene of the four solo albums. A D. Snyder caricature from El Chopo sticker. Let me see what I got left here. All right, I got, okay, I'll go with this one. Another graveyard. That was, I showed that one of the first ones I took out. Maybe I can start to look at these now to see. All right, let's do this. All right, so I've got two. These are Rusty Eye Possessor, I think, stickers. And yeah, I've got some duplicates. Also, the Creative Pain, Tyler from the Creative Pain, that I got the Paul McCartney poster from. He sent me a bunch of stickers. More Cardiel. That's the Ron John Surf logo that Cardiel used as that design for the sticker. Let's go. Oh, this is an old one. Alcatraz. I got this. I saw Alcatraz in 2008, 2007. I think it was 2008. They played, they called it the Mezcal Metal Fest in Mexico City. That was a strange bill and strange night. It was Testament, Joey Belladonna solo. This was when Joey was still out of Anthrax. Testament, Joey Belladonna, Alcatraz, Gravedigger, Voivod. The singer from Voivod was drunk out of his mind that night. I think Testament were pretty drunk too. There was a long delay. By the time some of these bands came on, somebody in the band told me they'd all been drinking all day and all night. So anyway, I got this from when I saw Alcatraz in 2008. Oh, here's something different. How about this? I got this at a casino in Cambodia on the border between Thailand and Cambodia earlier this year. I was in Cambodia for 4 or 5 days. Took a bus back to the border of Thailand to cross the border and then take the train from the Cambodian border back to Bangkok, which is a 5.5 hour train ride. The border was closed because it was the middle of the night, so I had to stand around waiting outside the border for I think about 3 hours for it to open. And there's a lot of casinos around there on the Cambodian side of the border. So I went into the Cambodian side of the border and I bought the 25. It's a chip worth 25. What's the name of their currency in Cambodia? Reals. It's a 25 Cambodian reals. I think it's just $2 or $3. Maybe less than that. A couple of dollars anyway. It's kind of cool and it's a real nice kind of heavy casino chip. Next. I'm trying to disperse things properly. I'm almost out of pins. I'll go with the stickers still. Metallica, St. Germany. This is one of the official fan clubs, the Metallica fan clubs that runs one of their chapters in Germany. I met them, I guess it was in September last year when Metallica played here, and a bunch of them, I think about 40 or 50 of them from Germany, from the St. Germany chapter of the Metallica fan club came to Mexico City. I talked to a couple of them, and they gave me a bunch of their stuff. Next, that's Cardiel. Cool sticker. That's also the kind of hologram thing. This art was done by a guy called Koi Boy. He's a tattoo artist. You can kind of tell that that's tattoo art there. I also have this on a t-shirt. Koi Boy. He's from Venezuela. Let's pick a sticker. Oh, there's Rusty Eye, Possessor. I mentioned that album earlier. Oh, Sacrifice. Great Canadian thrash metal band. El Choco. The Bunions. I love that sticker. That's a cool sticker. That's I've mentioned the Bunions quite a few times. I really like the Bunions, personally and musically. Guitar pick. Oh, another Cardiel guitar pick. They've given me a lot of guitar picks over the years. Oh, here's another one. Is this Cardiel? Yeah, another Cardiel pick. This was this was a guy. I met him at Metallica last year. What was his story? I can't remember what it was, but his name is Jesus. I don't know. I can't remember. I think he made merchandise, bootleg merchandise. I can't remember. Another Vesubio recording studio, Cardiel. How much have I? There's another Thai bot. Oh, there's another Thai bot. Venom Savati pin. What is this? Oh, another. Oh man, this is great. I love these ceramic pins. Look at that cool Lemmy ceramic pin. That's excellent, no? Very cool. Kiss. This is another one of these cool butterfly clasp. I think it's called butterfly pin. This is, am I holding it right? This is a band called Abyssal, and I think they're still active. My friend Luis, who lives in Tijuana, who I mentioned earlier that I saw Truck Fighters in San Diego, and I stayed at his house, at Luis's house in Tijuana in 2019, and then we went across the border to see Cadaver and Truck Fighters, and he plays in this band. He also plays in a great band who I don't think exists anymore called Owain, but he gave me this pin from Abyssal, the other band he plays in. And let's see, I got some more guitar picks. Which one is this? Oh, this is Johnny Nasty Boots, another excellent band from Mexico. I haven't mentioned them yet. This guy is the bass player. He's not in them anymore. He was in Johnny Nasty Boots for a very short period of time. I saw him live, and I've seen Johnny Nasty Boots live maybe 7 or 8, 9 or 10 times. I think I only saw this guy once. That was right here in Cuernavaca. Most times I've seen them has been in Mexico City. There's the Cambodian flag pin that I got in Cambodia either this year or 2 years ago. I can't remember which trip I got that. Another Cardiel, different guitar pick. Another Rusty Eye Possessor sticker. What else have we got here? There's actually a lot of guitar picks. I'll do a few guitar picks here randomly. It's hard to pick them up when they're on the surface. a Cardiel from their Pacifico tour. That was with Cardiel, Antinata, who I mentioned earlier, and I can't remember. They did a tour around the west coast of Mexico. That's from that. This is another Johnny Nasty Boots. That's the bass player. The other bass player, I think. Is that? Is that the drummer, Oscar Burgos? I think that is. He is now playing, this guy, Oscar Burgos from Johnny Nasty Boots in Mexico. He now plays drums with Corey Feldman. He went on tour with Corey Feldman and Limp Bizkit last year. Good for him that this guy from Mexico is touring with Limp Bizkit. He's not in Limp Bizkit, but he's touring with them. And there it is, Johnny Nasty Boots. And there is Johnny, the titular guy of Johnny Nasty Boots, who just a couple days ago wrapped up a mini tour of Japan. I think Johnny Nasty Boots did 5 or 6 shows in Japan. Very cool seeing these friends of mine and Mexican bands playing in Europe, Japan, touring with Limp Bizkit. That's pretty cool. What else? Let's stick with the guitar pick. What is this one? I don't know who this is. The back has been worn off, and I don't know who it is. That's a thick, sturdy pick. This is a Guns N' Roses pick. This is an actual real Richard Fortus pick. This is 100% official. I got this from a friend of mine, Fernando. He kind of worked locally with Guns N' Roses, or I think he works with a lot of bands when they come, and he had some of them, and I would see him at these shows, and he gave me this one. So this is a real official Richard Fortus guitar pick. I will have Guns N' Roses news, big news coming up very soon. Not in this episode, but at some point. Dangerous Toys. I got this from Jason McMaster, of course. He sent me this along with some other stuff long time ago. What else? All right, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pins. All right, let's stick with let's go back to guitar picks. This is just a generic Black Sabbath pick. I can't remember when I got that. I don't know if it's official. I don't think so. I think it would say Tony Iommi or something. Anyway, there's that. Another, same as the one I just showed a couple minutes ago, the Cardiel Pacifico tour, the Pacific Coast of Mexico tour. This is, yes, a real James Hetfield. That is official. James Hetfield Black Fang pick. I got this from my friend Ene, who gave this to me. He got it when he saw them last year, I think, and he had a couple, so he gave me one. So that's and to be honest, I don't really care. I mean, it's cool to have, but unless you actually get the pick, you found, they throw it out and you pick it up off the ground, or if they give it to you personally or something, I think that's pretty cool. But it is nice to have these. It's a cool little trinket to add to my box. But man, some people, especially Mexicans, they go crazy. They would risk their life for to get a guitar pick. Let's do a pin. Oh, this is in bad shape. Oh, Holy Merch. This is a little bit rusty. This is a guy, I can't remember his name, but he's Mexican, and he does he does merch. We got 3 stickers left. I'm trying to, all right, let's do guitar picks. This is Exciter. This is actually from Daniel DK. He gave that to me. I've met Daniel a couple of times. He was on my show on I Want to Talk About This album. He was, I did an episode with Daniel from Exciter and Jason McMaster from Dangerous Toys and Broken Teeth and Chris McLaren from Saigon Kick. And I've met Daniel twice. I met him in Toronto. I saw Exciter in Toronto on New Year's Eve in 2019. 2019, New Year's going into 2020. And talked to him for a bit. He gave me a pick. And there must be another one. Yeah, here's another one. When I saw him in Mexico City a couple of years ago, 2022, I was right in the front row, and he was playing, and he knew, he was aware of me. And I was in the front row and headbanging and sing along and everything. And between songs, he came up to me, and he had a pick in his hand, and I put up my hand, and he put the pick in my hand, and he closed it, and so he gave it to me from the stage. So there's the two Exciter guitar picks. All right, stickers. I got a few left. Oh, another, I already showed that one. Loud, slow, and distorted riffs. Actually, that's a little bit different than the other one. A couple more pins. Oh, this is another one. I'm not sure who this, and you probably can't read it. It Ain't So Bad, Rock and Roll, which is one of my favorite Motorhead songs. That's kind of like a caricature of the Motorhead War Pig logo. This is from a guy, what's this guy's name? I just saw his Instagram page last week. I hadn't seen it for a long time. He makes really cool stuff, kind of in the vein of this. I got a really cool Motorhead shirt from him. It's pink, first of all, which is pretty cool. A pink Motorhead shirt. And it's Lemmy with kind of like a caricature of Lemmy with like his vest open with his chest exposed and wearing his little Daisy Duke shorts. God, I wish I could remember this guy's name or his is it Dan Prince? No, I can't remember. But anyway, this guy makes some very, very cool stuff in very limited quantities. He make like, I think that Lemmy shirt I got, I think he only made 20 or 30 of them. Oh, this one. Now I thought this was a sticker. It's not a sticker. When Iron Maiden played on this tour a couple of years ago, the Future Past tour, they had these cards where somebody, I can't remember who it is or I don't know who comes around and gives them. It was somebody like from the promoter or somebody official. They come around with these cards and there was a QR barcode on it and you would scan it and you could possibly win. It says open and scan to win an autographed set list or an autographed record. I did not win anything, but those are kind of cool, those cards. All right, I still got a few more guitar picks. Another Cardiel. Another Cardiel. Look at this cool sticker I got. I can't remember where I got this. I think in El Chopito in Cuernavaca. Pringles sticker. I like that. I love Pringles. I like that sticker. Next, another Kiss Rock and Roll Ova pin. These two are stuck together. Oh, there we go. YNT. That is to say, yesterday and today. A couple more stickers. I think that looks like the last. There's about 6 things left. That's the last Venom Sabathie item, I think. And what else have I got here? Oh, this is cool. I like this one. I love these ceramics pins. Look at that Ace Frehley Space Ace. There was also I didn't see it, but I have seen them in the past. Peter Criss, it was the same thing, but it said Catman instead of Batman. Same style, which obviously works much better as Catman than Space Ace because it's in the Batman, the classic Batman from the 60s TV show. Same shape. What else? All right, I've got 3 pins, 3 guitar picks, 4 pins. All right, let's, what is this pin? Oh, very simple. I love metal. Hey, I do. This is from El Chopito in Cuernavaca. A few more picks, 1 more Cardiel pick. I don't know. This is a band called Machina from Mexico. One of their picks. What else? Let's see. One last, man, these are so great. This Lemmy ceramic pin. I got that as a set. Those other 2 Lemmys that I showed, with the bass and just his face. I think they came as a set. I can't remember. And let's see. I've got just a few more things left. I've got all right. 1 more Cardiel guitar pick. That's Cardiel, I think. Yeah. 1 more Cardiel guitar pick. An Aussie, doesn't say Aussie, but you can take my word, it is Aussie. Speak, Oh the Devil. 2 more things. The last sticker. is Kiss, and the very, very, very last thing in my Kiss lunchbox is this Vietnam flag sticker pin. I showed earlier the Cambodia one. I remember that. They were from this recent trip. I remember I bought this I bought this year, even though I kind of cheated. I normally wouldn't do this. Even though this is the Vietnamese flag, I bought it in Cambodia, which I normally frown against or frown on. But because, as I had mentioned earlier, I lost the Vietnam pin that I bought in Vietnam 2 years earlier. So I did see this in Cambodia this year and bought it to kind of replace that. So that's it. And the box is magically empty. All right, that's all. I think I will be going to El Chopo, almost guaranteed, on November 8th. I will give a reminder in the days before that, leading up to it, if anybody has any requests. And then I might go to El Chopo again on December 26th. We will see. And I'll have more things to add to my Kiss lunchbox, and maybe in another 5 years when it gets a little bit fuller, I can do this all again. But that's it from the empty Kiss lunchbox. I hope this was of interest to at least somebody. Thank you for watching if you did. That's all for me, my Kiss lunchbox. See ya.